Um, as my friend said, we drove quite a little bit to be here today. Um, Before I get into my question, I just wanted to say my daughter's name is Clementine. She was 5 months along when she was aborted in New Jersey. My daughter was healthy. I begged her mother not to go through with the abortion. For 5 months, we went back and forth. I don't hate my ex. I love her, and I'm working on forgiving her. She was confused. She was uncertain, and she had doubts. Mike Tyson has doubts before he gets into a ring. This was an option, and she took that option, and she regrets it now. Why do you think, and this is just a thought that just came into my head, why do you think that people dehumanize my Clementine? Why wasn't she human enough for people to help me mourn? Why wasn't she human enough for people to talk about? My mother was given birth to prematurely at 5 months. My daughter was 5 months. I didn't get to say goodbye to my daughter. I didn't know about the abortion until after it happened. I begged her not to do the appointment. She told me that she canceled it. My daughter was 5 months and she was ripped apart. My daughter doesn't get a funeral. My daughter doesn't get respect. As my friend asked, yeah, medical testing on a healthy baby. Why? My girlfriend didn't pay for the abortion. The clinic did. How much money did they make off of my daughter's body? How many other babies did the doctor kill since she's been dead? This has been a month and 3 days. This happened March 12th and 13th. My daughter was conceived October 25th. She was supposed to be born July 20th. My daughter was a person. My daughter is an angel. And I pray for her every single day. I talk to her. I still feel like she's there. I feel like on July 20th, my daughter is going to be there. She doesn't get a funeral. I have her sonogram picture the first time I heard her heartbeat. And I bring this up to people and I say, well, she had a heartbeat. Wasn't she a person? And I'm being told she's a fetus, which, by the way, everybody, that's Latin for offspring. Okay? So I don't know why we're speaking Latin. I speak English. And my daughter not only matters, but I do not want my daughter to be forgotten. I want my daughter's story to be talked about. I want her to be remembered. She wasn't just a fetus. And yeah, maybe she was just a 10%. Maybe. But she was a lot more than that for me. For 5 months, I'm told by my friends, I'm crying over somebody I never met before. I'm told by people, well, she wasn't even a person. She was just a fetus. She wasn't even a baby. She wasn't fully developed. My daughter was still growing. And my relationship with my daughter was going to grow for the rest of our lives. Why isn't my daughter human enough for people to care? Why isn't my daughter woman enough for her to have a body and for her to have a choice? My original question when I was coming up here was, can I see the clamps? I don't want to see the clamps no more. I've heard enough about it and I've seen the pictures. And yeah, the guy said Wi-Fi and Google search. You could Google what it looks like. It's out there. I did. I wouldn't recommend it. I still have nightmares. My daughter was going to be beautiful, but now I don't know where she is. And I'm just so confused. I get it. I'm just a man. You know what I mean? But men, we're not supposed to have feelings. As a father, because I'm still a father. As a father, I'm just supposed to forget. I'm just supposed to move on. And I'm confused. So my question really isn't for you because you understand. My question is really for society. Why doesn't my daughter matter? Why wasn't she enough? Why didn't she get a chance to live? And ultimately, no, I'm not blaming my ex. She had doubt and she regrets it. Ultimately, this is our government's fault. We've stopped evil laws in the past in America, in Germany, and you guys know what I'm talking about. We came together and we stopped evil laws. This is an evil law that killed my daughter. Her mother did not kill her. Again, doctors like this man right here, you're not to blame. Thank you for doing what you're doing, and thank you for speaking up, because this is important. And not enough men care enough to speak up. So thank you. I hugged this man today. I don't know who did this to my daughter. I wish I could ask him, was my daughter beautiful? That's all I want to know. What did her face look like? My daughter matters. And I really hope that everybody remembers Clementine. And I hope you think about Clementine as much as I do. She is loved and she is not forgotten. And I hope that everybody can keep her memory alive too. Thank you.
Well, your daughter is beautiful. She's more beautiful than us because she's not here in this imperfect world. To answer your question bluntly as to why didn't Clementine matter enough? The answer is people don't want her to matter because they don't want to have to accept responsibility for their actions. They want to dehumanize, right? They want to use words like fetus or embryo or zygote, which is a stage of our life that we all once were, to separate the child in the womb from us, persons outside the womb. Because when you look at this, stages of genocide, number 4 is dehumanization. So when we use words like zygote or embryo or fetus, it's not because we're trying to be scientifically precise and saying, oh, an embryo in this stage, a human in this stage, the embryo stage. We use that word because we try to make it seem like they're not like us. Because if we would refer to her as a baby, as a beautiful little girl that she was and she is, right? If we refer to her as a baby, it makes us think twice about saying, yeah, I think abortion should be legal. And we want to say abortion should be legal because abortion allows us to not accept consequences and responsibility. It allows us to have sex with however many people we want, to seek pleasure wherever we can find it, and not accept a responsibility for our actions and to be adults. Once we refer to our children in the womb as children, as they are, as young ones, right? As offspring, what the definition of fetus is, that changes the entire conversation. Because it's not just some foreign alien that doesn't look like us and therefore it's okay to kill them. We know it's a human being with rights, and just because their age or their size or level of development shouldn't change their human nature and their fundamental rights not to be killed. Your daughter, it was legal to kill your daughter because, and I'm going to get even more blunt, because we want to be selfish. We want to be able to do whatever we want and accept no consequences for it. Except in cases of sexual assault, we want to say abortion should be legal because we want to do what we want to do and we're more important than everybody else. That is selfishness. It's hedonism. It's immoral and it's wrong. But Clementine is beautiful and she's in heaven, so she's in way more beauty than we are. So we already know that answer to that question. Thank you.